Welcome back. Now, let's continue the conversation on the issue with our aviation industry now. I'm being joined on the program by Seyi Adewale, who is an aviation expert. Mr. Adewale, thank you very much for joining us on the program. It's really worrisome that Emirate Airlines will be suspending its operation for the second time in less than 2 months, or less than 3 months, I should say. And, you know, it appears there's just no end in sight to this problem of the foreign airlines now being unable to repatriate their funds.
Yes, that is true. And it's unfortunate that the Emirates Airlines are not patient with us as at today and as at now. So, yes, it's true that there is an issue with repatriation of funds, and there are arguments on both sides as to how that should be resolved or can be resolved. The airline domestic operators have their own perspective towards this. The CBN and the monetary regulators have their own perspective towards this. The aviation agency have their own perspective towards this. Even we as passengers to have their own perspective towards this.
And let me ask you what your perspective is.
My perspective is that Emirates needs to be patient with Nigeria. Why do I say this? They have to be patient because we know that there is stress in inter-country cross-border trade as at now,
Absolutely.
Based on supervening events that are happening globally. One that we know very well is the Ukraine-Russia event, which is called special military intervention, that has disrupted the supply chain and also affected global trade and also capability of countries to generate foreign exchange. That has been happening, and general supply chain line. So that's on the one hand. Secondly is that you will know that the dollar itself, the interest rate on the dollar is going up. What that means is that dollar is becoming, if I can use for want of a better word now, maybe like a scarce commodity. Because of the special military intervention, people will naturally be storing and preserving their dollar just in case there is an escalation of this war. So dollar now comes at a higher cost based on the interest rate that is being increased. You know, in the United Kingdom, they have that kind of stress whereby the currency is going down. So there's a general stress in that. Then we have our own domestic issues. Domestic issues in the sense that our capacity to earn dollar has reduced because of the crude oil crisis, whereby we cannot export as much crude oil barrels that we would like to make. So our capacity to earn the USD has also reduced. So what that means in general is that the CBN is saying that the argument of the CBN is that they're saying that, okay, there are other alternative channels whereby airlines can source dollar. We have guaranteed them, I think before, about $200 million or thereabouts. And on the second tranche, $120 million. What happened is that the airlines are saying that they want the Emirates, who owe about, I think that as of the last count, Nigeria owes Emirates particularly about $85 million.
Yes.
Yes. So what CBN is saying is that, okay, we'll guarantee the second tranche of funds to be released about $120. And I believe there should be like a timeline to this. What has happened is that the Emirates wants to enforce it now. But so many things have happened between the time they had that agreement and now. One of it is that why will, during this period, Emirates stop issuing visas to Nigerians? I mean, that's, I personally,
I honestly can understand it too.
Yes, despite all that has happened. So why do you want the government to make commitment to you when you don't respect the citizens and the passengers? So I don't understand that personally. So Emirates need to come out and let us know why they will come out with these extraneous, harsh decisions, so to say, irrespective of what arguments they may have towards I mean, they came with restriction, visa restriction. Nobody complained or argued about that. They said to travel to Dubai, it's better for you to be 30, 40 years married and all that. Nobody complained about that. Then outright ban. Why? Not for a country like Nigeria, where has 200 million citizens that fly.
What I even want to ask you is, now that they have, you know, the airlines now, Emirate Airlines has decided to suspend its operation altogether. How much effect will this have on us, Nigerians, now, especially when you consider the fact that, look, already we're serving a ban, a visa ban?
For me, personally, I'm a patriotic Nigerian, and I believe overall is to advantage, because imagine the number of dollar, so to say, that goes out of this country every day, every week on Emirates flights, in terms of ticket purchases, in terms of tourism. You know, most people that go to Dubai usually go there for tourist purposes. A few go for trade, and even if you look at our trade balance, it's not balanced. It's skewed towards in favor of the United Arab Emirates. So if they think deep and take that, I believe it's to advantage, as in, if we don't go with the alternate countries that we can go and be told, there are so many good places in Africa that we can explore. We don't have to go to Dubai. And for those who have properties in Dubai, I believe they will still be given the exemptions for them to go to their respective homes or houses. I believe they have residence permit anyway. So for the generality of Nigerians who want to just go for vacation and things like that, I believe that it's to advantage. We can keep our dollar. It will help the country. We don't have to, or else if they give us the same amount of frequency to their country, I mean, we can buy our flight tickets in Naira, not denominated or priced in dollars.
And just to put things in perspective, the record I have is that Emirate does about 21 flights into Nigeria every week. So 21 flights every week. And if they are suspending operations completely, then that is really, really massive. And it definitely will not be good for their own bottom line as well.
Definitely. I believe after the World Cup and probably maybe after elections, they would, I believe strongly, and I can be quoted by this, that they would want to come back to Nigeria. Maybe they are scared of our elections, I don't know. Maybe they are scared because of the currency issue, I don't know. Maybe because they even have, they are stretched because of the incoming World Cup. Maybe that's it. They will know, we don't know. But, and also I know that the funds too is a function of their decision making, but they need to be patient. We have other countries who fly into Nigeria. From the UK, we have BA, we have Virgin. If you combine their flights, they too get, but they've not taken this kind of stand. They're patient with us, even though we know that their airfare is highly priced, but we're still coping.
Now, don't you think that, look, the earlier the CBN does something about this, the better, because if you allow these funds to continue to pile up, then at some point it becomes very difficult to repatriate, you know, to get this huge amount of dollars you would need to repatriate. I mean, the airlines would need now to repatriate the funds.
Okay, I'm not a spokesperson for the CBN, but I know that they have a plan, so to say. The plan, which they, from what we have seen that is well known to everyone, is that they want to redesign the Naira in such a way that they want to get about 2.3 trillion Naira that is outside the monetary policy control into the system, and then they can now do proper monetary policy that will regulate our transactions, and everything is captured. And that is very instructive. So why I'm saying this is that I believe they have a plan. Then also the government, the federal government too, has to support them, because we have to ensure that crude oil theft and all those things are stopped, so that we can generate more than, if we can ship about 2 million barrels per day or so out of this country, all our problems will be solved, in my opinion, selling at about $90 per barrel.
I agree with you. I mean, if we were able to do 2 million barrels per day, and we were able to sustain that, say, for a period of 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it will make a whole world of difference in the forex challenge that we're currently dealing with.
Yes.
No doubt. Sheyi Adewale, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for talking to us. Let's hope the issue gets resolved as quickly as possible. And let's also hope that Emirates Airline, changes its mind, seeing that, look, this also affects that airline as well. But thank you very much for your time.
They are friends, so they need to just hold on and be patient with us at this time. Thank you.
I can understand. Thank you very much. Well, that's how much we can take on the program this week. We thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.